Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm making some chocolate fudge brownies. We're gonna have it with the ice cream that I made in the previous video, the vanilla and strawberry chocolate ice cream with chocolate sauce. So we're gonna have these delicious brownies with some ice cream to cap off my my weekend and my Sunday. So we're gonna get started here. This is 4 tablespoons of ground flax, and we're gonna combine that with a ½ cup of water to make our flax egg. And if you've never used flax before, or if you've never used a flax egg before, basically in a lot of baking, and I'm just gonna get a small fork out here to kind of beat this up with. Usually in baking, in non-vegan baking, it requires eggs, and this is a very common egg replacer for vegan baking. It's been around for a long time. It's just ground flaxseed, and that's my oven preheating over there. We've got it preheating on 350. Anyway, it's ground flaxseed, and you just mix it with water and set it to the side and let it thicken up, and it will act as the egg in your in whatever you're cooking. Let me clean up my station here real quick. All right, so the next step is we're gonna take a large mixing bowl like this here, and we're gonna go with our ½ cup of butter into the mixing bowl, and behind that we want 1 cup of sugar. This is regular cane sugar, and 1 cup of brown sugar, and you can use light or dark brown sugar for this. And we're gonna want to get our whisk. Either want a whisk or some kind of a stand mixer or a hand mixer. And I'm going to slowly work in the sugar. There we go. Get our brown sugar mixed in here. We'll start pouring in our white sugar. And we're just creaming our butter with our sugar here. All right, it's nicely incorporated. Next, we are going to add some vanilla extract. This is going to be a tablespoon of vanilla extract, along with our flax egg. And with the flax egg, you do want to let it sit for maybe about 5 minutes or so before you add it. Okay, so flax egg in and tablespoon of vanilla in, and we're gonna mix that together now. Alright, we've got that mixed together. It's nice and thick. And the next thing we're going to add here is a cup of flour alongside a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. And you do want to sift your flour. This is just all-purpose flour. You do want to sift it as well as sifting the cocoa powder. So we just want to go through a fine mesh sieve and tap it in here. And make sure you get all those little clumps broke down. And then once you're at the bottom here, you can just break up those little clumps and help push through. That's going to make sure that there's no clumps when we go to mix, and everything gets really nicely incorporated into the brownie mix. Okay, so on this we want to be careful not to over mix. We only want to mix until it's well incorporated. Okay, I'm gonna finish it with a spatula. All right, we've got a spatula here. It's nice to get a spatula for this so that you can make sure you get all of that flour and cocoa powder off of the side of the bowl. And then we're just gonna try to incorporate everything until we don't see any more powder. And we have a nice thick brownie batter. We also want to add our baking powder and our salt. And just make sure we get everything nicely incorporated here. You don't want to over mix, because with the flour you don't want to start to develop any gluten, because as you mix flour with water or with any other liquid, the reaction within the flour with the water is that the gluten will begin to develop, and then you will get a really thick and stretchy kind of, well, you'll just start to get a dough basically. And we want to make sure that this is still a pretty smooth batter. So something like that right there. Not too thin, but not too thick that we can't pour it into our dish. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is fold in about, this is a cup of chocolate chips, we want to fold in about half a cup. So we'll just sprinkle in about a half, and we want to save the other half to put on top. And then just when you're folding, just go under and over, kind of in a J motion or a circular motion around the bowl. Perfect. Okay, so we've got our, this is an 8x8 dish. You can use a 7x11, 9x9, 12x12, whatever you want to use. I like the 8x8 because you get a thicker brownie. So we're just going to take our mix here and work it down into our parchment, into our baking dish. You want to line this baking dish with parchment paper. That way when you go to pull out the brownies when they finish, you can get them out without destroying them and breaking them. Make sure you get every last bit of that brownie batter as well. And we want to spread this batter out as much as possible. It's pretty thick, but just do your best to kind of spread it out and even it out. And then we'll add our chocolate chips on top. Okay, so we've got our brownie batter in our lined baking dish, and we're just gonna sprinkle the last half a cup of chocolate chips right over the top of these brownies. And when these cook, you'll see them on the top, nice melted chocolate. Just make sure you get them evenly distributed. Got a few hanging on for dear life here. All right, yeah, just kind of push them slightly into the brownie batter, just a little bit, and make sure that you even them out and spread them to places where there's lighter coverage. And that is literally it. That's all. You got the brownie batter in here, in the lined baking dish, chocolate chips folded in, and then the rest on top, and we're going straight in the oven at 375 for 35 to 40 minutes. All right, we've got our final product here. The vegan fudge brownies over here, our vanilla and our chocolate ice cream, chocolate strawberry ice cream. I finished it off here with a little bit of roasted walnuts and some of this dark chocolate sauce from Turani. So absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing vegan brownie and ice cream dessert. I'm literally salivating just sitting here talking about it. I'm almost speechless. I'm so hungry. I can't wait to eat this. So we're gonna try a bite of it right here. Let's get a little bit of the vanilla, a little bit of the chocolate, a little bit of brownie. Oh yeah, the trifecta. Oh my god. Wow. Holy moly. That is incredible. That vanilla ice cream, the chocolate strawberry, the way it goes with that chewy fudge brownie. This brownie right here, you've really got to try this. It's just so, it's so fudgy. Look at that. Wow. So amazing. I'm going back in for a little more here. A little more, a little more, a little more. That's a little too big of a bite. Oh man, feels like it's my birthday. Wow. All I have to say is wow. Thank you so much for watching this video and the ice cream video, whichever one you're here from. I'm just using this same clip for both. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed the video and enjoy this recipe and give it a try. Like I said, you can make the chocolate strawberry ice cream without an ice cream maker. Just do it in the blender and make it really thick. And the brownie recipe is a really quick, easy one to make. It'll only take you an hour or so, so definitely give it a try. Finish it off with some toasted nuts and some chocolate sauce, and this right here is like a birthday dessert. So like I said, I really appreciate you watching, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing for more daily vegan content like this, and I'll catch you on the